reason that y'all actually want universal health care? Can someone tell me quickly? Because a lot of people's health problems actually could disappear if they started dieting and exercising properly.
Can someone please explain to me why gym influencers can be the worst human beings and have the most horrific takes? Just a couple months ago, a man really hopped on here and said that having PCOS is not an excuse for women to be overweight. And now we have someone suggesting that because some medical conditions are manageable by dieting and exercise, that not everyone should have access to universal health care. Now, I'm gonna blow your mind here, but there are some conditions that exist that no amount of kale or squats can fix. Things like cancer, genetic disorders, autoimmune diseases, pregnancy complications, and traumatic brain injuries aren't just gonna go away because you meal prepped chicken and broccoli. I'm really not understanding what the justification is for suggesting that not everyone deserves access to healthcare. I just feel like not everyone deserves to suffer because some people don't choose to live the healthiest lifestyle. I genuinely hope that helps, but something tells me no amount of quinoa is going to fix that mindset.
That woman who was replying to the first woman is exactly correct on everything she said. I would like to piggyback on top of it. First thing I would like to do is ask the first woman, well, if you diet and exercise and live properly, why do you have health insurance? Why would you ever sign on to a health insurance program? I mean, you can just diet and exercise and be just fine, right? Don't worry about it if you get into a car accident. You did the exercises, right? You're good. Here are a few other reasons other than the obvious, which is that diet and exercise doesn't solve everything. Here are a few other reasons why we want universal health care. We believe that every human being within the borders of our country and around the world, but we're talking about the laws of our country, we believe every human being within the borders of our country should have access to health care. That nobody should not get health care because they can't afford it, or should go broke because they get sick. We believe and understand that universal health care will be one of the biggest drivers of entrepreneurship in the history of this country. Millions upon millions of Americans have health insurance through their employer. And they might be good at what they do. They might have saved up some pennies and have enough to go buy their own truck or their own van, start their own small business. They have the skills and knowledge to know how to bid the job and do the job and get the materials for the job, but they just can't afford the health insurance. If we did away with that shackle, that handcuff, then people who are otherwise willing to go out and take the entrepreneurial jump will do so. We will have a new spirit of growth in America like we've never seen before. Donald Trump wants us to enter into the golden age of America. Then get universal health care. We truly will be there. We will jump into the golden age, economically speaking, of healthcare, of the United States of America, I should say. And we should get universal health care because we've already been down this road. We've already determined as a society that people don't serve society any good if they lose everything because of something that's out of their control. That is why we have things like fire departments within our town. Everybody pitches into the pot through their taxes, right? Well, people who rent don't pitch into the pot. Yes, they do, through their rent. Everybody pitches into the pot. And everybody gets to use the fire department equally. The people in the $100,000 house gets to use the fire department, just like the people in the $10 million house get to use the fire department. Everybody pitches in because we have determined that nobody serves society any good if they lose everything they have due to a fire that's out of control, right? Or if that fire damages surrounding structures. We need to take the same mindset when it comes to healthcare. Nobody serves society any good if they go broke because they got sick. And society doesn't serve society any good if we allow people that can't afford to get the treatments that they need to go out into society sick. That's why I want universal health care. Why do you want to continue to fight for the system that causes us to pay more than any other industrialized nation, have worse outcomes, and get denied by for-profit health insurance companies when we need it the most? Why do you argue and fight to keep that fucked up system?